Ay,
Kaya. Ikakot yun. Bigyan ko na yan. A lot of big names na talagang mga bigate na yung mga... Welcome to Dialogues.com. I am Jerome Gracilia, and this podcast is presented to you by Billionaires International Family. Hindi to kagaya ng ibang mga podcast na magbabaliwan tayo. Dito kagaya ng ibang podcast na, alam mo yun, energetic. This podcast is more laid back. Alright? And in this podcast, we are going to tackle a lot of topics sa iba't ibang episode. Marami tayong mga makikilalang tao na from rags to riches yung story nila. And for the next coming episodes, iba yung magiging host natin. This is the pilot episode. This is the very first episode of our DTC podcast. And ano lang talaga siya, for this pilot episode, gusto natin na makakilala na, alam mo yun, talagang well-achieved na guest. So, for the next coming episodes, iba yung magiging host. For this special episode natin, ngayon nyo lang ako makikita dito sa episode na to. And for the next coming episode, I will be behind the camera directing this wonderful podcast. For this pilot episode, we are going to talk about a story of a woman, diba? This episode is all about women empowerment and surpassing limitations. Our guest for today, walang iba kundi yung founder ng ating Team Billionaires International Family. To give you a background, she is an economics graduate. She took her master's degree, and right after graduation, nag-call center siya, naging research analyst, naging OFW, and right now, she's doing this digital business. And gusto natin malaman kung paano yung naging journey niya, ano yung mga na-experience niya throughout her journey. I hope by the end of this podcast, marami kayong matutunan, marami kayong mapulot na wisdom. And I hope abangan niyo pa yung mga paparating natin episodes. This is Dialogues.com.
2023 top 2. For the whole year ng 2022, ay itong 2023 top 2. Paano po nangyari yan?
Syempre, nagsipag.
Nagsipag?
A lot of sleepless nights, sacrifices, and syempre, alam mo yun, pag-aasikaso sa grupo,
Okay.
support, mentoring, troubleshooting,
Maraming sakit sa ulo para makuha yung top 2.
marami talaga, pero it's worth it. Worth it naman siya.
Na-expect mo po ba na
Mm.
yung ranking na yan? Kasi 2 days ago or yesterday lang, last night lang in-announce na top 2 ka sa buong community. Sa buong
Yeah.
community natin na top 2. In-expect mo po ba yun na magta-top 2?
Hindi ko siya actually in-expect. Ang sa akin lang kasi is, makatulong sa team, sa mga leaders, tapos ma-inspire maraming tao na if I can do it, diba? They can also do it.
Pero grabe rin talaga yung sacrifices for that top 2, no? A lot of big names dun sa ranking na yon. A lot of big names na talagang mga bigate na yung talagang andun na sila sa ranking na yon. Let's talk about 2022. Pang-ilan ka po nung 2022 kung pwede natin malaman?
2022, I think wala, within top 20, pero nasa last part.
Last part, yung
Siguro top 15 onwards.
15 onwards. So ngayon top 2. Talaga namang what an achievement, 'di ba, for 2023. So let's talk about income, 'di ba? Pwede natin malaman yung sa income.
What about income?
What's the average income para ma-recognize ka as top 2?
Actually, nung time na yon, pumapalo ako ng half M.
Half M per month. Imagine half M.
Tapos, pinakamataas ko, umabot ako ng 600K
600,000 in a
in a
month.
month. Mm.
In the Philippines, medyo malaki-laki yun.
Oo, rich kid ka na.
Rich kid ka sa Philippines. Pero yun nga, 500,000 average in a month, top 2. Paano na lang yung top 1? Paano na lang yung top 1? So, I know it feels good kasi si brother mo,
Yeah.
pang ilan? Top 4.
Yes.
Top 4. So, you're doing the business together
Mm-mm.
and kasama kayo sa top 5 na dalawa. How does it feel to be, yung ate na nagdala sa kanya dito?
Kumbaga, fulfilling on my part as an ate. Kasi, di ba, sa atin naman kasi, as a elder sister, elder brother, na we want the best para sa ating mga kapatid. So, when you are seeing your brother doing well, earning well, di ba, getting his dreams, on your part, achievement mo na yon sa part mo. Na natulungan mo yung kapatid mo.
Ang kapatid mo. So, ano kaya sa pakiramdam niya? I am a kuya too, di ba? For sure, napaka-satisfying na feeling yung, syempre, dinala mo yung kapatid mo na nung una hindi siya seaman. hindi siya interesado 100% to do this digital business. Pero yun nga, fast forward na lang now, 'di ba? You're both averaging almost half M, 'di ba? And there was a time na parang nag-earn kayong dalawa ng magkano yun in a year? Like
5M.
5M kayong dalawa lang. So, grabe yung pagsisipag kasi baka isipin ng tao, 'di ba? Parang nakaupo ka lang, pero a lot of sleepless nights.
True.
A lot of iyak. 'Di ba?
Yung gabi ginagawa mong
Umaga, 'di ba? Sinasakripisyo yung tulog
and syempre mga family gatherings. Yun, tapos yung may times din, syempre mas madami yung oras mo sa opportunity.
Pero let's talk about who you are before ka nag-start dito sa digital business, because I've told nasabi ko kanina na you were a call center agent, a professor, nag-OFW ka. I-share mo yung story na yon kung paano ka nag-start.
So after graduation,
anong
job,
bachelor's mo?
Economics. So, as an economics, dapat nag-business. Business. Pero since wala kang kapital, so sabi ko, why not try mag-employ muna? So, my first job is a call center agent. So, nagbebenta ako ng magazine.
Magazine?
Oo.
What kind of magazine?
I don't know, basta magazine siya for American Diabetes Association.
Diabetes Association.
Ay, hindi pala siya. Parang home and garden magazine siya. Tapos, nagre-recruit din akong volunteers for the American Diabetes Association. Yun.
That was your first job?
That's my first job. Yun. So, that's an outbound call center. So, we're selling. And there was a time na naging top sales ako doon.
Ako na.
Pero hindi ko alam. Kumbaga, unknowingly, hindi ko alam na magaling pala ako doon. Yun. So, ilang taon na naging call center, nagturo ng English, mga Koreano and Chinese. Then, after that, sabi ng papa ko, mag-aral daw ako ulit.
Ng masters?
Masters in economics. So, while nag-aaral ng masters, nabigyan ako ng chance na magturo sa isang university.
As a?
Professorial lecturer.
Professorial lecturer is different from a professor itself.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Hindi ka pa regular.
Irregular.
Yung mga hours na nagtuturo ka, ganon. So, I was teaching basic economics. So, may undergrad economics, may master's sa economics too. So, konti lang kasi yung merong ganon na degree, na college mo eco, masters mo eco. So, pinagturo ako ng basic economics. I was teaching basic economics sa mga electrical engineers, mga ganun. Yun. Then, after that, after graduation, nag-work ako as research analyst.
After graduation, so you took masters. You have a master's degree.
Yeah, may master's ako. Then, after that, nag-research analyst ako.
Research
with,
analyst.
With an Australian businessman.
With an Aussie.
With an Aussie.
With an Aussie.
Si Sir Peter Leslie Wallace.
Mm,
Yun.
Peter Wallace. And what exactly do you do as a research analyst?
So as a research analyst, I was assigned sa mining. So when I was interviewed, they were looking for a mining researcher. So since ako naman, since alam ko, dapat maging ready ako, nag-research na ako about sa minahan sa Bicol. I found out na sobrang dami pala nating minahan.
Mga quarry. Mga illegal lahat yung mga quarry.
Not only quarry, but silver, copper, gold, mga ganyan. So marami dito sa Bicol, mga Paracale, sa Masbate, mga ganyan. So I was hired, then I was doing research about that. Then about yung basta mga GDP, gross domestic.
I don't know what that is, pero let's...
Ganyan. And one of the things na natutunan ko dun sa research company na yon is how to organize event. Yun. So, nag-organize kami doon ng quarterly round table. So,
Okay.
every quarter, we organize, para siyang symposium, and our guests are expats.
What's an expat?
Expat, mga iba't ibang lahi na negosyante sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
So, yun. Tapos, nagigi-guest din namin yung mga economists ng Pilipinas, mga senators. Naging guest po namin si Senator Marojas, even si President Benigno Ninoy Aquino, naging guest namin. President Gloria Arroyo, President Fidel V. Ramos. Yun.
He was a president that time?
Oo, mga ganun.
90s.
Just mga gabinete, mga cabinets, mga ganyan. So, I was exposed to that. Yan, and naiikot namin yung mga iba't ibang hotel sa Makati.
What's the story kung bakit ka nag-OFW? Kasi after, di ba, right after you being a research analyst, nag-try ka ng work overseas.
Even though may masters na ako and kumbaga parang dream job yung magkaroon ka ng gano'n na research diba?
Analyst.
Dream job. But then still yung pera mo hindi pa rin sapat.
Magkano yung pera na hindi sapat
secret. So hindi pa rin siya sapat. Just it's just enough to pay the bills and make you survive. Pero yung lifestyle na gusto mo, yung buhay na gusto mo, so hindi mo pa rin siya nakukuha. So, I tried, since may relative ako sa Singapore, so, nag-contact ako doon. Sabi ko, I wanna try na maghanap ng work dyan. Yun. So,
were you expecting na yung work mo is something
somewhat
like...
similar. Yeah, pero hindi. Actually, kumbaga, nung nandun ako, akala ko okay na yung experience ko, work experience, and then yung degree ko. Pero pagdating doon, borado lahat yung experience ko.
Why?
So, kasi hindi nila ino-honor. Kasi syempre, ang ino-honor nila dapat experience mo sa Singapore.
Sa Singapore.
Sa
So,
abroad.
back to zero
Back to
ka.
zero ako.
Paglapag sa Singapore.
Yun. So, nag-try naman ako, nag-start ako as a call center agent ulit doon.
Singapore.
Outbound sales. Pero, hindi pinalad. Tapos, matatapos na yung tourist visa ko. Then, yun nga, tapos nag-alaga ng bata.
Outside of being a call center?
Yeah, oo. Nag-alaga ng pamangkin, ng mga bata para makasurvive doon.
I see.
Oo, tapos yun. Tapos, I was advised na since matatapos na yung tourist visa mo, punta ka ng Malaysia. Kasi si Singapore, malapit lang siya sa Malaysia. So, pag pumunta ka ng Malaysia, pag bumalik ka ulit ng Singapore, mag-refresh yung tourist visa mo. So, tapos sabi ko, sinong kasama ko doon? Sabi niya, may nag-advise sa akin niya, stay there for 1 week, mga ganyan. Tapos marami din ako naririnig na pagbalik ng Singapore, pagbalik ang Malaysia, na hold ng immigration. Yun. So, sa part ko naman, syempre, natakot ako. So, instead of going to Malaysia para ma-refresh yung tourist visa ko, I went back home.
You went back home?
I went back home, very sad.
You were unemployed that time?
Unemployed, walang ipon, walang ano. So, sabi ko, how can I start again sa buhay ko?
So, what made you realize to, change career? Kasi nag-jump ka ng career from this to this to this. And right now, di ba, dumating yung time na nag-engage ka sa digital business, what was the scenario back then?
Kumbaga, ayoko na maging empleyado. Nagsawa na ako kasi I've been, employee for 7-8 years pero wala pa ring ipon. So sabi ko, ekonomista ako. Sabi ko, ba't di ako nagbi-business? Yun, business course ako, bakit wala ako sa business? And, yun na po yung nakilala ko na si Sir Joseph.
Joseph Lim.
Sir
The one and
Joseph,
only Joseph Lim.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, Joseph Lim.
And even before pa, nung college pa ako, familiar na ako sa kanila. Especially with mentor Jackie Concepcion and mentor Elman Pepanyo. Kasi they were my schoolmates.
I see.
Schoolmates ko sila. So noon pa talaga, inaano na nila kami. Kumbaga, they're giving us an idea na kung anong ginagawa nila. But then ako ay, naghanap ako ng trabaho. Then, after ilang years, nakita ko na lang yung video nila na ang gaganda na ng buhay nila. So, flashback. Sabi ko, these were the people na
Kasama ko sa school.
kasama ko dati sa school. And they're very good na. So, that's the time na, okay, babalikan ko to.
I see.
Doon na ako nag-decide.
So, you started the business. Fast forward, top 2 ka na ngayon for the whole year, di ba? Averaging
Yes.
500,000 per month. Pero, I know for sure the journey wasn't that, hindi siya smooth sailing. Marami siyang challenges. What was the main dilemma na na-experience mo and nilagpasan mo?
Pinaka main dilemma. Actually, maraming dilemma.
What was the main, yung number one na talagang
number one,
tumatak?
yung wala kang 15-30 na kinikita. Yung sahod mo na regular, kasi di ba nasanay tayo sa pagiging empleyado na 15-30, meron
Kinsenas
kang income,
katapusan.
oo,
Na
kinsenas
income.
katapusan, may income ka. Tapos nung nag-start ako sa business, syempre business to just sa starting. So wala pa talagang regular na pumapasok na income. So that's the time na sabi ko, can I really survive? Can I really go push through sa ganitong scenario na alam mo yon. Tapos I had to ask money from my parents. Na alam mo yun, pinagtapos ka, pinagmasteral ka at lahat-lahat. Tapos kailangan mong lunukin yung pride mo para humingi ka ng pera kasi kailangan mo ng panggalaw. Panggalaw.
Sa negosyo.
Yun. And aside from that, yun, to add on that, yung nagkasakit yung kapatid ko sa cancer.
I see.
Na, I have no money to help since nagsa-start pa rin ako sa business. So, I had no money to help. And to add on that, humihingi pa ako sa tatay ko ng pera. Yun. So that's the main dilemma sa part ko. And aside from that, I'm the eldest.
Eldest of?
The families.
How many siblings?
We are
do you-
9.
9. Eldest of 9.
Eldest of 9.
So, grabe din
Walang
yung...
trabaho, walang regular income, may sakit kapatid ko, humihingi pa ako sa tatay ko ng panggalaw.
I see.
So that's the main sa akin that time.
So, what made you, paano ka nagtuloy-tuloy? Kasi a lot of people, when they are put in that kind of pressure, talagang napaparalyze. What made you, go through it all? Sabi mo, gagawin mo to?
Vision.
Vision na nakita mo sa mga tao.
sa mga schoolmates ko dati, 'di ba? And also vision na time and financial freedom. Yung alam mo yun, you have more time for you, your family, and then you're earning. Because nakikita ko talaga sa pagiging empleyado, talaga hindi ka mag-i-income kung wala kang trabaho. Tama. Pero kung na-build mo yung leverage business mo, yun, talagang, alam mo yun, kahit nagta-travel ka, kahit anong ginagawa mo, and pwede mong balikan yung passion mo.
Yeah.
Di ba? Babalikan mo yung passion mo, and still, you're earning money.
And look at you now, nakakapag-travel na sa iba't ibang bansa. Cruise ship, di ba?
Actually, yun nga yung very funny. Kasi, kumita ako ng half M, 600,000, wala ako sa Pilipinas.
Nasaan ka?
Nasa ibang bansa.
Nasa ibang bansa. So, imagine that kind of...
Kumita ako ng half M, I was in Taiwan. Kumita ako ng 600K, I was in the cruise ship.
Diba?
Diba? Imagine mo yun.
grabe yung binigay sa'yo ng digital business na to. And how many cars do you have? 2. Dalawa na yung nilabas. Nilabas mo. You have your own house and lot. Diba? You have your team. Diba? Nakakapag-travel ka.
Strong team.
Pupunta ka sa Korea. Next month?
Actually, next month, my first week of November is local travel.
Local travel.
And on the second week, that's gonna be South Korea.
Mhm.
Then I think wala ako dito sa Bicol for the whole of November.
Whole November. And then you're going to Vietnam for
For in January.
January. Grabe yung binigay sa'yo. Imagine that from being from having bachelor's degree, nag-try ka call center, and then tipid-tipid, nag-masters ka while teaching others ng ibang bansa, and right now, you're living the life that you chose to live.
Yeah.
Diba? If there's any advice na talagang nabasa mo or sinabi sa'yo, ano yung advice na yun or motto na yun na talagang pinanghawakan mo na parang yun yung naging guide mo?
English to.
English. Okay.
English to. But it's my very favorite motto. Water cuts through rock, not because of its strength, but because of persistence. Ulitin ko.
Elaborate. Explain.
Yung tubig, 'di ba? Na kumbaga nabibiyak niya yung mga rocks or stones, not because the water is strong, but because of persistent kasi yung tubig na dumadaloy. Tuloy-tuloy siya.
So that's what you did. Tuloy-tuloy.
Persistent lang talaga. Kasi halimbawa, una, may job, di ba? Hindi ko nakuha sa call center agent. Hindi pa rin naman ako tumigil. Nag-try naman ako ng ibang opportunity. Try again another opportunity. I was, naging failure ako sa OFW, di ba? I tried again. So, persistence sa buhay. Kung hindi mo pa nakukuha yung isang bagay, do not stop.
Ganda no?
Yan, persistence.
Water cuts through rock not because of its strength.
But because of persistence.
Nice. Wow. Was it something na nabasa mo or narinig mo lang? Ano yun?
Actually, nabasa ko siya and it really defines my personality. Na meron pa nga akong isa what Jessica wants, Jessica gets.
What Jessica wants, Jessica gets. Let's talk about the future plans. What's in future kay Jessica Rosal?
Personal or
Let's start with the personal.
Personal, of course, syempre gusto ko rin magka-baby. Family life. And also, mag 1M monthly income.
1M from
regular,
500.
Regular and consistent na 1M monthly. And aside from that, mag-create pa ng maraming Millionaires Club sa team.
Millionaires Club. Meaning to
Millionaires
say,
Club.
what's a Millionaires Club?
6 digits achievers. Ibig sabihin, kumita na sila ng minimum 1M.
1M.
Minimum 1M, car achievers, travel achievers, and also ma-cement yung title natin as the largest manpower sa Bicol.
Largest manpower in Bicol, which is the
Yung
Billionaires.
sementado na yung talagang,
Billionaires
pag sinabi mong
International
manpower
Family.
yan, billionaires ang hahanapin yan.
Yes. Pero this coming months, before the end of 2024, what's your future plan? Do you have something in mind na parang ito yung gusto kong ma-achieve para makumpleto tong 2024?
Yeah, gusto kong ma-achieve. Ano bang gusto kong ma-achieve?
Luxury car.
Ko na lahat. BMW. BMW, my first sports luxury car.